FlossTube, I'm Nicole and this is DD's FlossTube, episode 103. And as you can see, I'm in a different location. Lots of noise happening up at my place today, so I thought I'd head down to the local park. So let's get started. Well, good morning or good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for taking some time out of your day and spending it with me while I talk about all things cross-stitch today. We're not going to have a very long one today because we are, as I said, we are down at the local park. I have brought down a mat, well, not a mat, a quilt and a pillow, some books and everything, and I've got a lot of recording to do. So I have not done a lot of stitching. Basically, I will insert some pictures in of the things that I've worked on for the magazine, and that is getting released this evening. So by the time you see this video, it should already be available on the website. So I haven't been getting a lot of stitching done on my personal stuff. It has mostly been for the magazine. All right, so we have a quasi finish. We have some progress on a sale that I'm doing. We have some plans to talk about. I've got some haul, which is something that I haven't got for a while, except for when I've been away at a retreat and whatnot. But it was something that I seen at the retreat that someone showed me, so I got it and I'm super excited to get it started. What else have we got going on? As I said, the magazine is getting released. It should be, by the time you see this video, it should be already on the website for you to purchase it. It's been a bit delayed, this issue, because I was away at retreat. I had cars breaking down and all the things. Basically, all the things that happened pretty much happened all at once at the beginning of November, and that held me up. So we are around about 10 days late for the release of the magazine, but we got there in the end. All right, so let's talk about what I've stitched on. As I said, I haven't stitched on very much, but I will talk about the stuff that is in the magazine. So the first one is a cross stitch, and it is the final installment in my little banner series. And as you can see, it has adorable little pineapples on it. I took a little while to design this one because I wasn't sure whether I was going to put beach umbrellas on it. I had several ideas, beach umbrellas, watermelons, mixed fruit was another one, but I decided to go with the pineapples. They worked best for the layout of the design. We've only got 2, 4, 6 colors in this one, 5, 6 colors in this one, and it can be done in a weekend quite easily from start to finish, and I've just finished it as I've done with the other one. So now I can put the magnets on the back, get myself a little display, and I can put them up in the bedroom or throughout the house wherever I want to. So that is, as I said, that is the final one. So we started with autumn and we're finished with summer. So you can find all of those in all the back issues. So there's one banner in each one, starting with the autumn one from this year. So you'll be able to go and get them now. And this is the last magazine for the year, which is great. We're going into 2023. We're already starting to receive designs. I'm already madly designing as well, so exciting stuff. And there is a couple of different issues coming out next year as well that we have in the pipeline. So we'll be doing a dedicated Halloween one and a dedicated sampler one. So yeah, or sampler primitive style one. So yeah, that means that we will have 8 editions of Down the Rabbit Hole magazine coming out in 2023. How exciting is that? The other designs that I have done, and again, I will insert photos here. These ones are just some embroideries that I've had in mind to do for Valentine's Day. They make perfect little hoop finishes, or you can finish them in a pillow. And as you can see, they've got some French knots, some satin stitch. They're great little weekend projects as well. Don't take too long at all. Mostly done with back stitch. You could even do like tiny chain stitch for around the heart with the arrow in it, and that will make it a little bit thicker. And I was just playing around a little bit, and I thought that I would submit them to the magazine. And of course, I get to put what what I wanted in there for that, because I'm about the only one that does embroidery. So, but it gives you something else to do. They are quick and easy to do. You can do them in a weekend quite easily without a problem. All right, so they are the things that I have been madly stitching in the last couple of weeks and finishing off. A lot of them were partly done, but I had to finish them off because I forgot to take them to retreats and stuff like that. And because I was also at retreats, I can't really stitch them there because they're not supposed to be seen prior to the magazine coming out. So, but they are done now, and I am moving on to we have a really noisy bird here, so I do apologise for that. Hopefully it's not too loud on the microphone. I'll try and dull that noise out in editing, but anyway, I don't know, it's just a baby, I think. Yeah, they've got a nest up there, I think, by the looks of it. But yeah, anyway, distracted by the birds. But anyway, yeah, so that is what I have been working on for the last couple of weeks. But I also got some more stitching in, and I made some more progress on people will start looking at me weirdly soon because I'm sitting in the middle of the park showing things to a camera. So I started this a couple of weeks ago, and it is Humming of the Bees by Blackbird's Design. This is a sale that I'm doing with Chrissy Stitches from Instagram and Deb from Frog Cottage Designs. And yeah, so I've been working on that. That's what it's going to look like when it's finished. I have done a colour conversion on this one, and I talked about that on my Stitch With Me. So if you go back, not last week, I think the Friday before, I went to retreat up at the Bunya Mountains. I did a Stitch With Me, and I went in depth into the colour changes that I made for this particular chart. Now, I am stitching this on 32 count. The colourway is sand, and my Q-snap has broken, so my little holder has actually decided to give up the ghost. So I'm going to have to go down to Bunnings and see if I can't get any clips down there. It just is not holding down, it's just falling off. It's like it's cracked, so you can see the flex in it. That's what's happened to it. So yeah, it's just perished. So basically it's just, yeah, it's no good now. So sadly, I will have to try and find some clips to do that. So last time you've seen this, I had just done along here, and I've started on the alphabet. So hopefully I've counted everything right, but it's coming up. I love it. I love the colours that I've chosen because they're not the called for colours. It's definitely in that autumn vibe, and anybody that's been around for any length of time know I really like that autumn vibes in colours and whatnot. So yeah, the back is looking pretty good too. I'm basically trying really hard to get a really neat back and neat finish on it. I do have a couple of spots where I've jumped the threads, or they're just hanging out the top here because I've got to finish them off. But other than that, it's coming along really well. I'm really happy with the progress. I'm super excited to stitch some more on this one and get some more alphabet done. It is actually, I have my December wheel set up, and I'm going to spin that a little bit later. I'll insert it in on what I'm going to be working on. And so basically I really like the idea of having the whips that I've picked out some whips that I like, and I've put them onto the wheel, but we'll talk a little bit about that later on. Okay, so the next one that I worked on, and this one, if you remember correctly, I showed it last time, and I'll send a picture of what it's supposed to look like because I don't have my picture for it here because I've taken it out. But I am doing this as one piece, and I am stitching it on Evening Skies, and it's the little Santa collection from My Fanny Designs. And now I found her on Etsy, and I believe after thinking about it, Gail actually had these, and that's where I first seen them. I thought it was on Instagram, but you can see I had all the white to do. So when I went to retreat, I took this with me to get it finished then, and I forgot to take my flosses that I needed for it. So now I done all the colours that I could do, which was mostly the green, and then I've had to fill in the white. So I've done, I'm not sure if you can see that okay or not, but yeah, it's come up really, really nice. But that's my quasi finish. So a finish is a finish, right? So that is Santa collection 1. So yeah, number 1. I found it like I thought it was a little bit odd. Like there's a little thing up here that goes up above the chart, which I thought was really weird, but I put it in anyway. it sort of makes the shape of a heart, I guess. So yeah. I thought that was a little bit weird, and there was a couple of really big gaps between with the little side bits, so I just added 1 or 2 extras in, and I've curved it off a little bit at the top, which was what the chart wanted. And I'm thinking that I need to put another one over here just to even off, but I'm going to wait until right at the end and see how the other charts end up on the other side, because those bits and pieces you can just add in as you're going, because I'm doing this as one piece. Now, when I spoke about this before, I said there was only 10. There is actually 12. I missed out. I missed 2 of them when I originally bought them, so I've since bought them. And so now my piece is big enough. So you can see my piece of fabric is big enough to put 3 across and 4 down, or 4 across and 3 down. I'm not too sure which way I'm going to go. I'm thinking, because this is going to get hung on the wall, I'm thinking 3 across and 4 down. I will make a decision when I get to that. When I get to that third one and see from there. I'll make a decision then. So at this point, I've got enough fabric either way to do what I need to do anyhow. All right, so the next one that I'm going to be doing in this one, so we'll just move on to plans. Oh, my nose has just got itchy. It's always the way. As soon as you get onto FlossTube or you start filming, your nose starts going crazy itchy. Now, I can't blame it on wadding this time, because I haven't touched any wadding this morning. I haven't touched any craft stuff this morning except for this. So, all right. So the next one that I'm going to be working on is Center Collection 2. And that's what it looks like. So it's got the owls and everything in it. So it's quite contrasting in colours, and they are so gorgeous. I don't think I've got the cover picture for the third one. I don't, so I can't show you that. When I get the cover picture, I will get it in. So that is what it's going to look like, and I'm hoping to start that in the next day or 2, because I want to sort of do a little bit of, you know, Christmas stitching leading up to the silly season on that. But that's all the stuff that I've worked on. As I said, the plans are that I'll start that second one, and I'll keep working on the bees one, and going. I also have a new start which I forgot to bring with me, which is, and I'll insert a picture here. I am doing with Vicky Gable from Stitch and Button. It is her birthday, and she has an event happening over in Virtual Stitches at the moment, which is for a Bella Filipina sale. So you stitch on any Bella Filipina, basically. So what I'm going to do is, I have a Bellatrix in my stash, and it's fully kitted up, fabric, the whole lot. It's all there. I tried to get some fabric close to what I had there, and I will show you further next week because I'm starting it tonight. And so basically, I'm going to do that. It's the first time that I'll be doing any beading or using Krynic in any form. There is a ton of Krynic in it, and there are a ton of beads that go with it. I'm a little bit apprehensive about it, but I'm excited at the same time, because I've never done any of the fancy ladies, and I don't really gravitate towards the is it Mirabilia ones? I don't gravitate towards that. I do like some of Nora Corbett's ones, the witches. I do like that, of course, I would. And also like this one of, I'm not into the mermaids either from Bella Filipina, but I do like this Bellatrix. And there's a couple of other, there are some Mirabilias, I'll stand corrected on that. There are some Mirabilias that I do like. A lot of the goddesses I like, and I do have them on my wish list, and I do have a couple of the charts, but I haven't kitted them out yet. So I'm wanting to basically work more on the whips that I have before I start them. So 2023 is going to be all about me really smashing out my whips and really focusing on some of my bigger and smaller whips. So I've actually started that for this month coming of December. It's not as easy as you think to sit on the ground. Just putting that out there without your foot going to sleep. So I have purchased, sorry, I haven't purchased. I have put all of my whips that I want to work on for the month of December. So there is a few, all the kids have come out to play. There's a school just over here because like I'm in my local park, which is across the road from the local school. So we live in a very small country town, so everything's very closely. So if you can hear those kids screaming, no one's getting tortured. It's just the kids playing in the playground. And I believe they're playing soccer. So it must be lunchtime, so they're just running around like headless chooks. Classic. Anyway, so basically I have put the whips that oh, they're getting in trouble now. The whistle's going, they've gone out of bounds. That's what the whistle's for. I do know that. My eldest daughter went to this school, so I know that what their playground things are and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, a lot of them are walking back. Anyway, I digress. So the plans are I have put all the whips that I want to work on onto the wheel, and so basically I am just going to spin the wheel each day to work out what I'm going to be working on for that day, and then I'll work on it for a couple of days. So basically these are the whips that I want to work on during the month of December. So and I want to get at least a couple of hours on several different days. Now I've picked 10, and I didn't bring my list down with me. I completely forgot it, and so I'm not going to run home for it, but you will get to see what I'm going to spin up and whatnot. But I've got things like the Humming of Bees is on there, the Santa collection is on there. I've got a couple of things that are almost finished, that are so close to a finish that I'm just being bloody lazy not finishing them off. So I've put all them on the list. So we've got the Steampunk Dalmatian, we've got Hazel Witch Mouse, we've got the Santa collections on there because that was almost close to a finish. I've got a couple of other things on there as well that are almost close to a finish, as but off the top of my head I just can't think of them right now. But I will as I said, I will spin the wheel at the end, and you will get to see what I'm actually going to be working on, which will be great. Actually, I will spin the wheel now. Let's just pause the video and spin the wheel, and I'll find out what I'm going to work on. Okay, so as you can see, I've got all my whips here. I've got Holly Jolly, which is almost finished. Steampunk Dalmatian, almost finished. We've got Hazel Witch Mouse is almost finished. We've also got Cinnamon Stars, which is very close to a finish. And then I've got things like Peppermint Lane, which is a sow that is starting. We've also got Santa Collection and Pandemic and Winter Warmth and Humming of Bees and Haunting Night. So there's a fair few on there. I believe that's 10. So let's head over to the spin and see what I'm going to be working on. For this week, I'm going to spin up 2. Okay, and they'll be the 2 whips that I focus on, and I'm also working on my HAED each day. Well, I'll try to each day. All right, let's find out what we're going to be working on. Okay, so the first one is Haunting Night. Let's find out what our next one's going to be. And Cinnamon Stars. That's a really good, a little bit of primitive, a little bit of Halloween. That's a really good collection. All right, let's get back to the video. Okay, so I'm going to be working on Haunting Night, which is by Durian Jones, and you can see a picture of that here. And the next one that I'm going to be working on is Cinnamon Stars. Now, Cinnamon Stars is pretty close to a finish. So, as I said just in that cut, that I am actually also going to be working on my HAED as well, which is Red Dragon. I can't talk about much of that at home because Savannah is now home from school because she has graduated. So basically, I want to work on that, at least try and get some stitches into it each day, even if it's only half an hour a day, because I've got until her 21st to get that done, and I really want to get that done. So I'm super excited that I'm going to be working on that. I have made it a priority. It is in my bedroom, so it'll be the first thing that I stitch on. I will set my alarm and I will just stitch hardcore on it until I finish that hour, and then I'll move on to the other ones. So as I said, I'm going to work on 2 pieces each week. So hopefully I will get some really good progress. And that came about because of, in September, I just had 4 pieces that I was working on, and I was making tremendous progress on my charts that I worked on, and I didn't even work on them every single day. I got as much as I could into them, and plus I also threw in the new start to remember our late Majesty the Queen Elizabeth. So the second. So yeah, that, and I did a commemorative piece that I started on for that, which is another piece that I want to get back to, but I'm just going to leave that to the new year for now. But that is my whips that I'm going to work on. Hopefully I'll get lots of stitches in. I don't have any magazine stuff going out, although I do have about 4 or 5 bindings to do, but I'm prioritizing them for during the day, and my stitchy time is at night. All right, so that's, as I said, that's what I'm going to be working on. The next thing that we're going to talk about is my haul that I got. Now, as I said a little bit earlier, I realised that I hadn't purchased 2 of the Santas from the My Fanny Designs Santa collection. So I now have them, so I have 12 in total, which is great. I don't have to worry about that now. Hopefully she doesn't bring any more out, although I will have enough room to put more on there if she does bring any more out. If you haven't gone to see My Fanny Designs on Etsy, she's an Italian designer, and her Christmas, and she does predominantly Christmas. I think she's and she's got a little bit of Halloween on there as well, but predominantly I think she's got 38 different charts on there, 12 of which are the Santas, but she's got some adorable little charts on there. Follow her over on Instagram as well. She puts up some beautiful pictures. Very, very envious of her photography skills, because that is where I lack for sure. But while I was away at retreat, Kathy maybe. I think it was Kathy. Either way, it was Kylie or Kathy, showed me a Little House Needleworks chart that she was working on, and I fell in. She goes, "I think you'll love this." I fell in love with it instantly and had to get it. So I had to go shopping at 123 Stitch because I couldn't find it anywhere here in Australia, and it was late at night when I was doing the shopping, so the shops were all closed, so I couldn't even ring them. So, and I wanted to get it, and they had it in stock. So the little chart that I'm talking about, and hopefully we won't get too much glare, is called The Bookshelf, and it's bookshelf, so it's got Browning, Dickinson, Alcott, Burnet, Austen, Bronte and Wilder, Sense and Sensibility, The Secret Garden, Little Women and Wuthering Heights, and it's got some library books on it. It has metallic gold in it as well, which is on some of the old-fashioned books, but I thought this would be really nice to put in a photo frame and have it behind me for my booktube. So this is going to be getting started sooner rather than later. It is going to be a January start, because I'm going to start a couple of things. All the kids are going in now. You can hear the bell. And some of you have probably heard that bell before. That's how close I am to the school. You can actually hear that in the background occasionally in my videos. Not since I've got the microphones, it's not as bad. So this is, this was stitched on, the sample here was stitched on 28 count light mocha Cashel, available from Zweigart, and it was designed by Diane Williams back in 2004. So it is an oldie. So it's chart number 17. So that just shows you how old that is, but it's adorable, and I had to have it. So now I actually have 2 book ones. Gail also purchased me a lovely gift back in May, and I probably showed it then, and I didn't bring it with me today, but it is also slated down. I'm starting All Things Books in January, so this will get started then, and this is not going to take very long at all because it's mostly words. The books and that top bit will probably take the longest, and maybe the bottom border, but as for everything else, it's just lettering, and as you know, lettering goes pretty quick. Now, of course, a chart cannot travel alone, and I've had these in my wish list for quite some time, and this is Remembering Bygone Stitches it is by Remembering Bygone Stitches, and it is Autumn Quaker Seasons. So I have all 4 seasons in my wish list, and so I'm going to slowly get them. I'm not sure when this is going to be stitched up or anything like that. I just knew that I wanted to get it. I love the Quaker, although I don't seem to be able to count when I do a Quaker. But yeah, so this one is 160 wide by 100 in height, and the bookshelf one is 111 by 167. So they're not too big in the scheme of things, although for me they're not too big. I don't find them to be big. So yeah, that is all I've got in the way of haul. I haven't got any floss or anything like that. Not that I really need it, considering I have all my floss there. It's only really fancy floss that I get. My leg's gone to sleep. Oh, yeah, that's not good. It's going to be a long process to get up off the ground, I think. But anyway, all right. So now I know that a lot of you are waiting with bated breath to find out who the winner was of the giveaway. All right. So I spun the wheel. I added everybody's names there, and from the couple of videos that I had where you had to put the flag, I put it down. Now, some people said that they couldn't find their flag in the emojis, but they told me where they were. I allowed you to be entered into the draw. I mean, technically, you probably shouldn't, but anyway, you were entered into the draw. So everybody that commented under those videos that had put where they were residing were actually put on. If you didn't comment or you didn't put the flag, I basically had to leave you out because that was part of the requirements. All right, so let's cut to the video and find out who won. Are you ready? Oh, congratulations, Rolanda. Rolanda is a new subscriber. She's been here for a few months now, though, and I just recently met her at a retreat that I was at on the Sunshine Coast. So congratulations, Rolanda. You have a mystery box of stitchy goodness coming your way. I will comment on your comment and let you know. If you can, if you're watching this today, can you just message me, actually, because we've been talking on Messenger. So message me your address and I will get that out to you on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. I've got a few things on Monday. So yeah, it'll be either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. But congratulations, Rolanda. Thank you so much to everybody that has been part of the giveaway. And I appreciate everybody being with me for my 100th episode. And that's what the giveaway was for. And here's to another 100 episodes of FlossTube. Going forward, I'm basically going to be keeping the same sort of format, just showing you what I'm working on, spinning up the wheel. That's a little bit different. That's going to be consistent through to next year. We have lots of different things that I'm going to be doing next year with the channel as well. So, but FlossTube will remain the same. Yeah, lots of little different tidbits that I'm going to be doing. Now, the Stitch With Me that I'm doing with Snow Village, that is going to continue through the month of December as well. So you can come along for that progress. I know that a few people are now stitching it along with me, so I'm going to continue doing that. And the other thing that is starting on the 1st, so this coming week, is the Peppermint Lane Houses sale that I'm doing with Chrissy Stitches. And a few people have sent me a couple of questions about that, like when it's starting and all the rest of it. We are planning to start that on the 1st of December. So you can start stitching that then. 1st of December, no matter where you are in the big wide world. So make sure that you get all your fabric and everything like that out. I am probably going to do a Stitch With Me for that as well. So yeah, well, maybe a start, I think I'll do. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that. So I'll probably do that in place on the Friday which is next Friday, which is the 2nd. So it's next Thursday, I believe, that we're starting. So I'll film that on the Thursday, but you'll view that on the Friday. So yeah, that is sort of what the plans are. Now, I've also had a question. We'll do a few questions that I've had. So that first one was about the sale. When is it starting? It's the 1st of December that we're starting that, as I said. The other question that I've had was, what am I doing? Am I doing the Advents again this Christmas? And how am I going to do it as a Stitch With Me and all the rest of it? So after some long and lengthy thoughts, I was going to do a Stitch With Me every single day, but I I decided that that was going to be pretty hectic. So I thought that what I would do is I will actually just keep the normal scheduling that I have for December, but I will be adding in at the end of my FlossTube, apart from the first one in December because that's the sale starting, I will be adding in the Holiday Quaker by Lila Studios at the end of my FlossTube, because I'm only going to be working on a couple of charts each week. The FlossTube isn't going to be that long. Now, each day I do have a video going up, and I do have a couple of advents that I've got. So at the beginning of the video, I will do the advent opening, and then it will cut to whatever that video is. So whether it's a stitch with me, or whether it's, you know, diamond painting, or whatever the case may be. Now, I do have quite a number of different tutorials and stuff going up in the month of December. Some of them I am redoing again because I put them down and then supplies still haven't reached me. So I had some backups to do for that. So going forward on the channel, we will have a video every day in December, right up until the 25th, including the Christmas, as I'm calling the Christmas message. Who do I think I am? I mean, really? But anyway, it's just that I will just be, you know, wishing you all a Merry Christmas, and yeah, and talking about something, the things that are coming up and all the rest of it. So the advents that I have this year are, I have a movie of the day. Okay, so we'll be doing, I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that as a short or whether I'm going to do that as a part of the video. Possibly do it as a short, and then that'll be the movie of the day. So I've got a bunch of cards. It was something that I found online, can't remember where now, but it has 24 movies to watch leading up to Christmas. So there'll be one a day. Okay, so I'll be doing that as shorts. I'm thinking shorts. I think that's probably the best way to go. The other ones I have a Christmas tree ornament one, which I picked up after Christmas last year in time for this year. And the other one that I have is, oh, I've forgotten what it is now. Oh, sorry. The other one that I have, I'm thinking of my book one, which is for BookTube, so that's different again. And then I got the lovely Gail actually sent me a box of as an advent that I can open from the 1st of December as well. So that was such a beautiful gift from her. So you'll have to tune in to find out what I got in the ornaments, and also from Gail. And as I said, I've got the movie one as well. The movie one will definitely go up as a short, and hopefully you will get to watch that. So yeah. I've had a little bit of a look through the movies, and there's some good movies there. I'm sure that you're going to enjoy coming along and doing a little bit of a movie watching while you're stitching. And I will also do a community post for that as well, so you can let me know if you've watched it, or you know what you thought of the movie and stuff like that. Get a little bit of a conversation going on the community tab. But that is it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me in my new location. My legs have definitely gone to sleep. So it's going to be interesting to get up off the ground. But anyway, maybe I should film that, because that'd be comic relief. No, that'd be terrible. I'm not filming that. No way. But that is it for me today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. If you've yet to subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it. And then that way you're not going to miss out on any of my Christmas uploads. And as always, keep getting those stitches in, and have a great day. And I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.